But lift up and out of your center. Take those shoulders up, down, and back. Let's do a few big circles. I'm gonna hang my arms down by my side. Let's change the direction of the circle so we're going forward. Let's see how that feels, fast or slow. Whatever works this morning. Okay. Let's take the arms out to the side and give yourself a nice big hug. Rock from sit bone to sit bone. Release the effort. Out to the side, give yourself a nice big hug. Simply bring the opposite arm on top. And release. Let's rub our hands together, create some heat. Last week I was telling people my Abhyanga story. When I went to Kopalu, we started a practice called Abhyanga. It's an Ayurvedic self-massage. So let's do a little Abhyanga. So on long bones, long strokes, back towards your heart. And don't forget the inside, right up towards your heart. And then we'll go to the other side, long strokes back. Circular motions on joints, so we'll choose the knees. And of course, and change direction. Change direction. And lastly, the shoulders. And change direction. Last shoulder. And change direction. Let's move forward and we'll do the ankles. And change the direction. Okay, coming to seated. Let's just place our hands on our thighs. It's morning. So the palms could be turned up in the morning. Let's close our eyes and focus on your breath. Just kind of noticing. I'm not looking to change anything. You're ready. Open our eyes. Let's put our hands together in front of our heart. And do namaste. Okay. Let's move to the edge of your chair. So I'm going to warn the people in the black chairs to be careful because when you move your weight forward, this kind of bucking thing can happen. So I just want you to be mindful. I do like these chairs better. I'm going to bring some more over here.
What is the green chair?
No, I think that gets crazy. I've done that before, and then people show up with lawn chairs and all kinds of crazy stuff. Yeah, so I'll bring some more over. Okay, so let's take a couple of deep breaths using our arms out and up. But thank you, Gina. and one last one. This time, interlace your fingers, press your palms to the ceiling, bring your pinkies together and your thumbs together, and we'll press and press. And then we'll make a big circle around your head. And then we'll stop and go in the opposite direction. And then back to the center, and we'll press and hold. Take a nice deep breath in. And then we'll move gently to one side. So we're not looking to go really far. I'm just opening up. And as you exhale the breath, release the fingers. Bring the hands down to the shape. Rub them together so you can keep. Get inside and top. And we'll do some open, close. So the open is stretch, 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 and the close is a little squeeze. And left arm stretch out in front. Press through the heel, draw your fingers down. And other side, right arm stretches forward, press through the heel and draw. And left arm out in front, hang your fingers like stars. And then with the other hand, draw them back towards yourself. And other side, left arm on the front. Dangle your fingers like a star and draw them back towards you. Good stretch, baby. Let's interlace our fingers and press. Inhale them up. Off to one side. Notice your sit bone. That's to lift. So keep it grounded. And then inhale off to the other side. You know that sit bone, it's lifting, so you can press down. And then up and release the fingers in. Let's do something gentle for our neck. After 50, after 55, it's not really recommended to be doing this kind of thing. You'll notice the back of my neck. It's kind of a pressing that happens between the vertebrae. So when you lift, just lift until you feel a nice stretch here, and then you're done. Keep the back of your neck nice and open. So a gentle chin lift, and then a gentle chin draw. And then a gentle chin lift, and a draw. And then last one. So inhaling your head to neutral, your chin kind of parallel with the floor. I'm just going to look over your right shoulder and your left. Notice if your shoulders are up high, see if you can bring them down low, lots of space between your ears and your shoulder. And one last time, over the right and over the left. Let's drop that chin again. And this time you're going to roll the head over to the right. So you end up with your right ear kind of dangling over your right shoulder. And then take that left arm and hang it by your side. See if it adds something to the stretch. And then we'll lift the arm halfway up. So not at shoulder height, but halfway. Reach to your fingers and see how that feels. And we'll release the arm and gently bring the head to center. Let's drop the chin again. This time we're rolling over to the left. My left ear is dangling over my left shoulder. And take the right arm and hang it by my side. And then we'll lift it halfway up. Reaching through your fingers. And then we'll release the arm and gently draw the head to center. Okay, let's do something for our shoulders. Let's reach out to the side. And we'll bend the elbows in a cactus pose. Let's bring those elbows together out in front. Heels of your hands and fingers. So on the inhale, we'll open. And on the exhale, we'll close. So keep those elbows up high at shoulder height. And use your breath. Inhale and open. And then exhale and close. Let's add a little something to this. We'll open and reach. And cactus and close. See if you can do all of that within your inhale. It's okay if it stretches over on one side or the other. And what I mean by that is the inhale or the exhale. Last one. And drop the elbows and arms by your side. We'll do a little shape. Let's press through the heels of your hands. We'll press forward, right and left. And then we'll press across the body to the other side. Ever have that big kind of lump behind your shoulder blade that you just can't get to? This is good for that. And then we'll take it up, press up. And the other side. And then back to the center, and to the other side. And elbow down. And coming back to the center. Let's do a twist now that we're nicely warmed up. We take the left arm out to the side, all the way over to the right knee. Right hand on top. We're going to use the breath here. Inhaling it and reaching back. And exhaling and closing the hands together. See if you can keep that arm at shoulder height. The tendency is to go higher. And back to center, hands on thighs. We'll go to the other side. So right arm and left knee and left hand on top. Shoulder height, and we'll reach. Use your inhale to open and exhale to close. Let's do a couple more. And last one. Just notice your shoulders. You should feel good. Let's do something for our hips. So I'm going to walk my feet together. Again, I'm more than people in the black chairs. Just be mindful when we're moving around at the edge of your chair. So let's just take turns here and drop the knee to the center. And shift in the mode. And one more on each side. Let's drop the left knee down and we'll just hold for a breath. If you're comfortable. And right knee down, we'll hold for a breath. And let's work those feet together. And switch the right leg forward. Just do the heel and the ab. Inhaling it up and back to center. Let's do the left side. Pull it back. And we'll place our hands on our knees and we'll go open, close. And knees center, feet nice and flat. We'll take the right knee to the chest. And the left knee into the chest. Okay, I think we're ready to stand up. So let's stand behind our chair. Okay. I'm going to stand so the chair is off to your spine. So my left leg is closest to the chair. All right, let's begin in our mountain pose. And we'll just place the hands on your hips. And then walk the feet a little wider than hip width apart. And you can judge the distance by just swaying to the right and the left. You should be able to do that comfortably. And if you can't, open your feet a little bit. Okay, easy knees. Let's make some circles with the hips. This is where we get the snap crackle up. Perfectly. And changing the direction. And back to center. Let's open your feet nice and wide. And we'll draw the right arm up right up next to your ear and the left arm down by your side. Move on your thigh. We're going to use the exhale to come in and out of this stretch. So inhaling and exhaling over. The inhale lifts and reaches through those fingers, right up next to your ear. Exhale and reach down the left leg using the breath. Inhale up, exhale over. Let's do one more. And exhale, right arm down. Roll your shoulders up, down, and back. And then left arm right up next to your ear. Use your in-breath to reach and stretch and exhale over. Let's do two more to over. And inhale up and exhale, release the arms. It's going to be shaking and walk with each other. Okay. Standing to the side of your chair. We're playing with balance just for a few minutes. Open up your toes nice and wide. And notice how your weight is distributed on your feet. So see if you can balance it out from side to side. And balance it out from front to back. And then spread your toes nice and wide. You're making the base of support nice and big. Let's use the in-breath to lift up onto the balls of your feet. And exhale down into the heels. This time with the toes. So inhaling up, exhaling down, and lift those toes. Now when you inhale up, notice where the weight goes to. Do you tend to have more weight on the outside of your toes and balanced across the balls of your feet? Notice that. Coming down, nicely planted on your feet. We're going to refer to the chair if you need it. And we're going to reach the right leg open, come up onto the toe, and point it out in front, and then point it behind. So the point out in front, and a point behind. You've got your chair if you need it. And you can refer one finger to it. And feet together, back into mountain. Okay. Hand on that chair if you can need it. And we're going to lift the leg out to the side. Now notice that standing leg. Try not to lock the knee. Let's do 5 more for a total of 10. That standing leg is getting higher, but we just have 2 left. So you can work through it. Coming back to mountain. Centering the weight on both feet. Notice how that standing leg feels. For you, you can just turn around. Well, I'm going to move my chair. Standing in mountain next to my chair. Left leg, stretch it out, come up onto the toe and point in the front and in the back. Just one more for a total of 5. And feet in the mountain. Let's lift that left leg out to the side. We're going to go for 10. Notice your standing leg. Try not to lock the knee. Let's do 5 more. And then just let's stand behind our chair. We're working our legs. Fingers on your chair for balance. And we're just going to lift the heel and drop back towards your bottom. See if you can slow it down so you're really working the thigh muscles and not swinging from momentum, right? The last time. Let's say that was 5. Let's do 2 more. And we'll stand in mountain for a breath. And as you exhale the breath, let's walk into a downward dog. And a stretch for the legs. A stretch for the arms and shoulders. And as you inhale, we'll lift the chest and walk back. Coming into mountain. Okay. Let's stand to the side of our chair and open your feet nice and wide. So you go a little wide. You've got your chair there if you need it. And we're going to inhale the arms out to the side and all the way up, palms facing forward, right? Letter X. So pull your belly in nice and tight. Reach up through your fingers and reach down through your legs. Drop your chin just a bit to open up the back of your neck. Nice deep breath here, and as you exhale, draw the elbows in towards your torso, and inhale them out and up. We're using the breath, inhaling out and stretch, pull the belly in, exhale, bend the elbows and draw them in. Beautiful, let's do it one more time. Last one. And release the arms. Let's keep the legs nice and wide. We're going to add them in. Inhaling arms out to the side, all the way up, palms facing forward. We're going to take a nice deep breath in, stretch and reach. And this time, as you exhale and bend the elbows in, you'll bend the knees as well. Try not to drop your chest forward. Keep it nice and open. Weight in your heels. Here we go. Use the in-breath to reach, and the exhale to bring it in. Let's do two more. Last one. Inhale, release the arms and walk the feet together. Goddess pose. I guarantee it's going to give you some nice energy, heat within your body. Let's turn to the back of the chair and we'll exhale again into a downward dog. Nice deep breath in. Exhale and walk back into your downward dog. Let's hold for a breath. And when you take your inhale, the next time, work the chest. And we'll walk back into mountain pose. Let's come down, and we come all the way down to hands and knees. Now, there's some things that you can do if when you come down onto hands and knees, your knees hurt. You can always double up on the mat. It's a little trick. If you have a sweater or a towel, you can fold something and place it under your knees. Some people have issues with the wrists, right, or shoulders. And you come into hands and knees and it feels like something jutting right up there into your shoulder joint. If you want to rock your hands just a bit more forward, sometimes that helps. It takes the kind of that acute angle away. And make sure you're stretching lots of space between your fingers so that the weight is spread all around your hands and not just certain fingers or your wrist. So let's do a little cat and cow here. Cat and cow. The cat is the kind of the rounded spine, right? The head hangs in the cat. You're looking to create a nice rounding of your spine. And the inhale brings the heart forward. And the spine sinks right down in, right, like a hammock. Sometimes people lead with the head, which again creates a compression in the back of your neck. So let the head just go for the ride. The spine is creating movement. And the head just follows. So back and forth, cat and cow. And the next time you exhale, let's bring your bottom all the way back towards your heels and we'll move into a child's pose. Now, the idea in child's pose is that the head the forehead, or what's called the bregma, right between your hairline and your forehead, will touch the floor. But for some people that won't happen. So you can bend your elbows, stack your fists, place a block under there. And when you're ready, inhale back into the rock pose or the high knee. Rock pose is sit bones towards your heels. For some people, that's just not going to happen for knees. So the high kneel. Okay, in the high kneel, press your hips forward. Hands on your hips, shoulders up, back, and down. Squeeze your shoulder blades as you press your hips forward. Lift your heart. This is a camel pose. If you're feeling it, like compression in your low back, then lift up, right? You keep healthy backs, but we're looking for an opening here. In camel pose, you would reach to your heels. This is giving our spine the same benefit. Let's come up. We'll do a little vinyasa here with our camel and cat and dog. So using the breath, we'll take the arms out and up. And then as you exhale, we'll come down into table. Inhaling into cow. Exhaling into downward dog. And exhaling all the way back into child's pose. Walk the hands back towards your knees. And lift again into the high kneel. We'll go through it 2 more times. If there's one part of it that just doesn't work for you, modify or just don't do that piece. Here we go, up to the side and all the way up. And exhale, table. Inhale, the heart comes forward. And then exhale, downward dog. Lifting the knees, pressing back into your hips and heels. Inhale the knees down. And exhale, child's pose. When you're ready, walk your hands back to the rock pose or the high kneel, and we'll go one more time. Inhale, cow. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, knees down and child's pose. Let's inhale the hands back into the rock pose or the high knee. Let's have a seat on our bottom to give the knee a break. And give them some love. Let's come all the way back down on our back. So setting yourself up your back. Let's bend the knees just for a moment or two. Bend the knees, place your feet on the floor. And I want you to notice how your lower back is supported. Is the weight on your tailbone? Is the weight in your center? Is there space between your back and your mat? And if not, you might be pressing down through your lowest of spine, your lumbar spine. See if you can rock your pelvis forward just to create a little bit of space between your back and the mat. And then go ahead and lift your hips. Press your feet in, lift your hips, and then gently set your lowest of back, your sacrum, onto the mat. And if you feel like you can, extend your legs. Let's come up into your torso and flatten out your shoulder blades. And what happens when you do that? Your chest nicely opens. But sometimes that changes the way your back is now grounded. So you might have to lift your hips again and come down on your sacrum. So we're just setting ourselves up here. Supporting our back, supporting our chest. Let's bend the knees and place both feet on the floor, and we'll inhale the right leg up. Just point for your toes and reach to the ceiling. The other foot, let your other foot press into the mat and as you stretch this right leg up. Just do a little point and flex. So you're pointing your toes and then flexing your heel. And then notice your low back. Is your low back lifting off the mat? See if you can ground down through your back. Okay. So let's lower, press through the heel and lower this leg in one full sweep. Let's point the toes and lift the leg. And exhale, press through the heel and lower the leg. Let's do that 10 times. Creating nice strong legs here. Point and lift and flex and lower. This is number 7. Just 3 more. And last one, you can do it. Now bend the right knee and place the right foot on the floor and just notice one hip compared to the other. Let's go to the other side. So we're just going to lift the left leg, point the toes. So in yoga, there's something called the spider pose. I'm not telling you to do it, I'm just explaining what it would be. And you would reach to your big toe and hook it. And lift your nose towards your knee. Knee towards your nose. Okay, pointing those toes. Let's press to the heel and lower. So lifting and lowering. Lifting and point the toes, lower and press to the heel. I'm counting that as 3. Just 2 more. Make a nice strong legs. And the last one. And bend the left knee. And notice one hip compared to the other. Let's take both knees into your chest and we'll rock from side to side. Let's make big circles around your sacrum. And of course, change the direction. Let's drop the feet. And release the legs nice and flat. Again, grounded through your lowest of back, grounded through your shoulder blades. Let's bend the knees and place the feet on your mat. And we'll move in and out of the bridge pose. So bring your arms alongside your body with your palms facing in towards your hips. And walk your heels back towards your bottom. Now when you lift in bridge, make sure the weight is on your shoulders. Cross the shoulders on your back and never your head and your neck. Now when you lift into bridge pose, keep your gaze up at the ceiling. Don't be turning your head from side to side. Really keep your neck vertebrae nice and safe. So arms down by your side. We're going to use the inhale to lift and press up through your hips. Press down through your feet. And as you exhale your next breath, lower. So inhaling, lift. Remember the weight's on your shoulders. Really press and open your hips. And exhale and lower. Let's do once more. And we'll hold for a breath. And exhale and lower. Let's take one knee into your chest. And stretch the opposite leg away. Press through the heels, make both feet active. Let's switch and take, for me it's the left knee, for you it might be the right, extending the opposite leg away. And release the knee, place your feet on the floor, and we're going to roll off to one side. Make the fetal position. Make a pillow with your hands. Really enjoy this before we move on. It's really nice. Okay. Rolling onto your belly. Let's begin by coming up on your elbows. And we're looking for a nice straight line from your shoulder to the center of your elbow. So in other words, they're not too far forward, they're not too far back. But they're directly under your shoulders. And then picture they're not out too far, but they're directly under. Open your fingers nice and wide. And notice what's happening in your low back. Breathe into your belly. This is a back bend, a very gentle back bend, but still a back bend. So notice what you're feeling. If it feels like it might be too much, you can always come down onto your forearms. Okay, let's move a little forward here. We're gonna move the hands directly to the sides of your chest. So your thumbs are pointing in and you're hugging your torso with the inside of your arms. We're gonna move in and out of a Cobra Pose. So in Cobra, your legs are nice and strong and active. You're pointing through your toes. We're gonna bring the forehead down to your mat. And see if your bottom muscles are clenched. If they are, see if you can release the effort. We're going to use the exhale to lift the back of the head and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Feel how the weight is now on your pelvis as you're stretching down through your feet and toes. And then release the effort and come down onto one side of your face. And hold for a breath. Let's try that again. So bring your forehead to the mat. Use your breath. Inhale and exhale. Lift the back of the head. Press down through your pelvis. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Stretch down through your legs. See how much of a lift you can get. This is from your back muscles. And when you're ready, release to the opposite side of your face. Let's do one last Cobra. Forehead on your mat. Inhale. Use the exhale to lift the back of the head. Stretch down through your legs and feet and toes. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And when you're ready, release onto one side of your face. Make a pillow with your hands. And we'll take a breath or two. Let's lift up onto our elbows. And lift up into hands and knees. Take your time. Take your time. Thank you. We did start a little late. So coming back into table, let's end with a few downward dogs. Check and see you have some space between your knees. You want to support your hips. If your knees are together, it's less effective. So let's move into cat and cow. Heart forward for the cow. And rounding for the cat. The next time you move into cow with your heart forward, roll your toes under. And we'll inhale and lift into downward dog. Use your breath. Inhale to lower the knees and exhale to press the child forward. Let's inhale back up into table. Inhaling, bringing your heart forward, rolling your toes under. Exhale, downward dog. Use the inhale to lower the knees and press back into child's pose. And using the inhale to lift back up into table. Last downward dog here. Totally optional. Inhale, heart forward. Rolling toes under. Exhale, and lift the knees, pressing back into the heel. Use the inhale to lower the knees. And the exhale to press back into child's pose. When you're ready, walk hands back. And we'll press back into rock pose. Or behind you. Let's sit for a moment and take a breath before we go all the way down. So if you're on a blood pressure medication, some people just have vertigo, moving from belly to back to standing to sitting can sometimes cause that. So it's important to come to center before we do that. Okay, let's move all the way back into Shavasana. Let's begin with our head and just kind of roll your head on this bony protrusion, if you can think of a better word. Your occipital bone in the back of your head. See if you can lift it just a bit as you draw your chin down. So what you do there is you're opening the back of your neck. So take a moment and notice if your chin is higher than your forehead here. And if that is the case, your neck may be tight, the muscles of your neck may be tight. Could have some arthritis in your cervical spine. See if you can gently open the back of your neck and then just release the effort. Let's flatten out each shoulder blade nice and flat on the mat. We come together when we do that. And the chest opens a bit. And then moving into your hips, grounding down through your sacrum. If you feel like you can, stretch your legs nice and flat. Take a moment to decide if you can be here for a few breaths or more. If you need to make those adjustments, go ahead and do that. Let's bend the elbows and place your hands on the belly. Notice what happens to your breath, in your belly, and your hands when you inhale. Certainly not right or wrong. There is no wrong way to breathe, hence you would be here. But there are ways you can reduce stress and anxiety by bringing your breath nice and low. See if you can direct your breath nice and low. Feeling your breath. On the exhalation, you squeeze just a little more air out. And that creates a bigger breath. So let's take a few moments to close your eyes and settle down in. Yogis say Shavasana is the hardest pose to do. I think they're right. Shavasana is an exercise in relaxation. When we do it enough, we teach our body how to be at rest. And taking it in. So that we can call upon this knowledge when we need it. We're in the world and we're stressed, or anxious. We're teaching our muscles and our cells and our breath to let go just a bit. So let's wiggle our fingers, wiggle your toes, flex your ankles and wrists, and elbows and knees. And make a pillow with your hands and go off to one side. When you're ready, you can just see it and let your head be relaxed and release. And you're seated in Sukhasana, sweet pose. Sukhasana. Sit nice and tall. And nice soft belly. Turn our knees together. Great. Thank you. That's good. Right. It's all about you. I take the credit, but it's not me, it's you. So you don't have to put the chairs away, I'll do that. We do have another chair yoga class in here. Oh, after 10:15. Sorry. Good morning. Okay. Let's get started by sitting in our chair and just centering a bit. Connecting your feet to the floor, opening your toes. Sitting up nice and straight and tall, taking your shoulders back and down. And just warming up a bit. Let's make the shoulders come forward, back up, forward and down. And back to center.
Sharon, just a heads up to you, your picture is really small coming through. I can see you, but it's small.
Is it better when I had it like that?
It's just saying that your bandwidth is low, so it just shrunk the photo. Like it shrunk the size.
Okay. You know, again, I don't have my charger, but
It's okay.
yeah, it says my battery is still full.
Oh, there you go. Better.
Okay.
There you go. That's fine.
Hi, ladies. So you're gonna come down the hall and down. Hi, Carla.
I can see fine.
All right. How's this, Misako?
Okay.
I can see fine.
You can see fine?
Right.
Yep.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
We have two ladies, but I'm just gonna keep going. Okay, so we were rounding through our shoulders. And drawing them up, down, and back. Let's take the arms out to the side and we'll press through the heels of your hand. I can open it. We always have fun, don't we? Pressing through the heels of your hands and then pointing to your fingers. Come on in, ladies.
Where do you want us?
You can be right here,
Okay.
right in front. And then pressing through your fingers. And one last time. Press, press.
Oh.
Good morning, Carla, and press through your fingers. Let's draw the palms forward and give yourself a nice big hug.
I don't know. I didn't hear what you said.
It's okay.
It's okay.
I have Zoom, so people are on Zoom, so I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna speak loud enough for you to hear.
Yeah, okay.
And release the arms out to the side, opposite arm. Good morning.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi there. Oh, good.
So ladies, we have to wear a mask.
I didn't do the mask.
Okay. So let's just separate the chairs. You can do the signing over there. I'm on Zoom here, Faith, so I'm just gonna keep going.
Oh, okay. I was going to go on Zoom, but
So you can just settle yourself. And settle yourself in, follow when you're ready. Oh, sure. Okay. So we started with the arms.
you know that these lights have been on all night, every night for at least 4 nights.
Is there someone we can talk to about that? Press through the heels of your hands and then your fingertips. Stretch, stretch. Press through the heels of your hands and your fingertips. And one last time. Give yourself a nice big hug and we'll rock from side to side. And release those arms and switch it up. Opposite arm on top and rock from side to side. Okay, hang the arms down by your side and give them a shake.
Is it your girls that come and visit me? Walk up the hill? No. That's it.
Yeah. So rub your hands together, create that heat, and we're gonna do open, close, right? Open, lots of space, close, a little squeeze.
Yeah. I need that exercise for my head.
We all do, yeah. Okay, so now we'll do the flick motion. So we'll hold it. Pretend like you're gonna do a flick and hold it and stretch the other fingers out. Then to the middle finger flick and stretch the other fingers out. You got it. Ring finger and baby finger. Back to the pointer, flick and hold. Big middle finger, ring finger, baby finger. Play the piano from side to side.
Yeah, my hands need that. They're kind of stiff.
They do, they need stretch. Hands together, interlace your fingers and press. Good, good, good. Interlace your fingers and press. And one last time, interlace your fingers and press. Inhale it all the way out and up. Do the best you can, do the best you can. We'll bend and press. And bend your elbows, a little circle. And the other direction, a little circle. And release your fingers out and down. Stretch out the left arm in front and draw the forefingers back. Stretch out the right arm in front and draw the forefingers back. And left arm, stretch it out, point through your fingers and then hang them like a scarf. Use the other hand to draw them back towards you. Beautiful. Good one, right? Left arm, stretch it out, hang your fingers like a scarf. Use the other hand to draw them back towards you. Get a nice stretch in here, feel that? Okay. Let's do something for the arms. And shoulders. So we'll take the arms out to the side, turn your palms up and bring your fingertips way up here to your shoulder. Just make some little circles with your elbows, right?
It feels good.
Yeah, start little and then try to make them a little bigger and a little bigger. When they're as big as you can make them, we'll drop the elbows down and hang the hands by your side.
It's good.
Okay, out in front, fingertips to your shoulders. This time the circles face towards the back. Big circles towards the back or the front. Did we do the back? I'm confused. And then make them bigger and bigger and bigger and drop your elbows and drop your arms and give them a shake. Okay, arms out to the side. Turn your palms up, fingers on your shoulders. We're gonna drop the elbows down and then lift them up at shoulder height and down. Nice open chest and lift them up at shoulder height. Yeah, it's good for the shoulders and down and past. And release the arms, give those arms a shake. All right, we're almost done with this. Turn your palms to the ceiling and fingers on your shoulders. This time, we're gonna draw the elbows out in front. So you can bring them together. Inhale and open the chest nice and wide. And then exhale, close together. Let's do 3 more times. Inhale and open, and exhale and close. Out to the side and drop your elbows and hang your hands by your side. Give it a shake. Okay. Let's move to the front edge of your chair and sit up nice and straight and tall. We'll take the shoulders up, back, and down, nice open chest. Let's use the arms to take a nice deep breath in, out and up. Remember this? And then exhale out and down. Use your breath, inhaling out and up. And exhale out and down. Let's do one more time. I like the number 3. And exhale out. Okay. Let's take your shoulders up, down, and back, and we'll reach to the back of your chair. If that's too much of an opening for your shoulders, reach down and hold the underside of your chair. We're looking for a nice opening of the chest. So this will be the inhale, do the best you can. And then the exhale, the hands will come together out in front. See how I'm kind of rounding through my back? Inhale and open. And exhale and close. Let's do 3 more. So inhale and open. And exhale and close. Last one. Really use that breath. And come to center. We'll do a little cat and cow. So the cat looks like this. Lifting your heart. And then the cat looks like this. Rounding through your back. So you can keep the arms nice and straight. So inhale and lift your heart. Exhale and round to the back. Let's do it 3 more times. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. And we'll come to center. Sit back in your chair a bit. And we'll go from side to side. So this is my right hand. I'm just reaching and holding the underside of my chair. And the other arm, I'm going to bring it right up next to my ear. Now, if that's too much and it looks more like this, that's fine. So we're going to use the breath to lift the arm up and stretch up through your fingers. And then we're going to use the exhale to open up this whole left side. Inhale and exhale. I'm going to do 3. Inhale, and exhale, and last one. Inhale, and exhale. Coming back to center, let's bring that arm out and down. Okay, opposite side, arm comes out and right up next to your ear. Do the best you can. Inhale and reach. And stretch and exhale over. Open up the whole side. We're just making sure we get to both arms, that's all. So if you're not doing the same one, no problem. And then reach up and exhale out and down. Very nice. Let's hold for a breath. Fill up your belly with breath nice and low and let it out. Come to the edge of our chair. We'll do a little something for our hips. So hands on the knees, let's just give them some love. That feels good. It really does. Always circular motions on the joints. And then change the direction. We did this in the first class too. Let's move up and we'll give our elbows some love. Change the direction. And the other elbow.
Your arms, they need a little attention.
Yeah. And then we'll go all the way down and do ankles. Do the best you can. Ankles are a funny joint. They go all the way around. So I'm just doing the side here. And then the other direction. Okay. Shoulders, we missed the shoulders. And the other direction. And the other shoulder. And the shoulder, right? Shoulders feel good. And the other direction. Shoulders have this big, meaty muscle on top of your shoulder that gets really tight. I'm not coming up with the muscle right now. It's your trapezius in the back. So if you squeeze it between your fingers and your palm, just give it a good squeeze. It gets so tight up there.
Feels good.
It does feel good. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, let's do something for our hips. So we'll just take our knees, we'll do some open and close, right? Open and close. Open and close. Let's bring the feet flat on the floor, ankles under your knees, sit up nice and straight and tall, and we'll take one knee into your chest and give it a little hug. See if you can activate that foot by pressing to the heel. And then we'll switch and go to the other side, a little hug, and activate that foot by pressing to the heel. And release. Let's stretch one leg forward. So we'll start with the right and stretch it forward. Come up onto the heel. And we're going to bend from the hip and add a reach. You can have your other hand on your thigh just to feel like you're not going anywhere. So that heel is right on the floor. So not up like that, but right on the floor. You got it?
On the floor.
Put your heel down. There you go. See how I'm stretching, but my heel is on the floor? Yeah. We're going to add a reach. Carla, if you move to the front of your chair, you'll have a better. There you go. There you go. And we're going to reach right down to your ankle. And then ease back up. And we'll go to the other side. So stretch it out. And add a reach. Let's do one more on each side. My right leg. Stretch and add a reach. And my left leg. Stretch and add a reach. Okay, let's sit back in our chair. So come all the way back in your chair. Bend your knees, and then we'll stretch the right leg forward. See if you can sit up nice and straight and tall rather than kind of settling in. Sit up nice and straight and tall. Pull in your belly nice and tight and press through the heel. Let's do a little pointed flex. And then the other side, stretch it away. We'll do some point and flex. Let's go back to the first leg. And we'll make big circles this time with your toes. Remember this? Big circles, round and round. And then we'll stop at the top and go in the opposite direction. Big circles, round and round. And we'll go to the other side, stretch the leg out. Big circles, round and round. And stop at the top and go in the opposite direction. You always have one ankle that just is a little tighter, right? And then stretch it out. Okay, let's stretch out the right leg and press through the heel. Sit up nice and straight and tall. And then we're going to lift up the right arm. So right leg and right arm. Stretch, reach through the fingers and stretch through the heel. And then bend the elbow, bend the knee. Left side leg, stretch it out. Left arm right up next to your ear. Reach up through your fingers and down through your heel. And bend the elbow, bend the knee. Okay, let's switch it up a bit. So we'll do right leg and left arm. Opposite, you got it. And left leg, it's like yoga for the brain too. You have to pay attention. Left leg, right arm. Yep, we're going opposite. And bend the elbow, bend the knee. Let's try both legs. With the right arm. And then the left. Hold for a breath. Press, press, press. Reach, reach, reach. Bend the elbows, bend the knees. Hold for a breath. Nice deep breath into your belly. And let it out with a nice sigh. Okay, let's move to the front of the chair. Again. And we'll stretch the right leg and then stretch the left. I think you can keep them going right and left. It's like riding a bike. Right and left. And then we'll take the right knee into our chest and give it a hug, give it a squeeze. And the left knee into our chest, give it a hug and give it a squeeze. And feet on the floor. So let's stand up. It'll be easy, I promise. We'll use the chair the whole time. Okay? Gonna stand up. And we'll stand behind our chair. Yep, you can just be right behind it. Stand right behind that chair. All right. So the first thing we're gonna do is come up onto the heel of one foot, and then the heel of the other. So right heel, left. That's it. Right here. And yeah. Let's do one more on each side. Okay, coming back to mountain pose. So mountain is, you're nice and flat, so you can spread your toes. I know you have shoes. Nice, strong, straight legs and easy knees, so we're not walking them back. We're gonna stand up nice and straight and tall, shoulders up, down, and back. Press your feet into the floor, reach down through your fingers, open your chest, hold for a breath. See if you can bring your breath right down low into your belly. Okay. With your hands on your chair, come up and do the toe on the right side, and then the toe on the left side. The toe on the right. So we're flirting with balance a little bit here. Okay, and then come back to mountain. With your hands on your chair, we're gonna lift one foot and draw the wheel back towards your bottom. We're just working on the left one now, so just keep lifting that one. So lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. Let's do a couple more, lift and lower. So we're really bending that knee. The leg's not going way out, but just bending the knee. And to the other side. Bend the knee and draw the heel towards your bottom. Let's do one more for a total of 7. Back to mountain, weight distributed on both feet, front and back, side to side. Okay. Hands on chair. We're gonna lift the right leg out to the side. Doesn't have to come up real high. Maybe just a foot, a few inches. 2 more for a total of 7. Stand in the mountain pose, coming back to center. And we'll go to the other side. So just lift the foot out to the side. Don't have to come up way high. We're just coming up just a little bit. Yep. Let's do 2 more for a total of 7. Okay. Let's hold for a breath before we move on. The next one is a lift up onto the balls of your feet and a lower down into the heels and lift your toes. So lift and lower. You've got your chair, lift and lower. Two more. And make this last one a real good one. Come up onto the balls of your feet, stretch, 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 lift, lift, lift. And down onto your feet, nice and flat. Bend your knees. Okay. Let's open your feet. Not too wide. We're just gonna put our hands on our hips, or one hand on your hip, and we're just gonna move from side to side. Nice, easy knees so they're not locked back. And then we're gonna make circles. So pressing your hips forward and then pressing your bottom back. Go easy. You wanna feel everything the whole way through. How do your hips feel? How do your knees feel? Coming back to the center, and let's switch the direction. Go the other way. Put a little bend in your knees so you're not tugging on it. Let's do a couple more circles and back to the center. Let's walk our feet together into the mountain pose. Your shoulders up, down, and back. Let's do a nice deep breath out to the side and all the way up. And exhale it out and down. Beautiful. Can we do 2 more like that? Inhale it. All the way up as far as you can go. Exhale it out and down. Last one. Roll your shoulders, open your chest. And we'll have a seat. Have water. You don't have water. Maybe I'll bring some water.
We should bring it with us. I don't think of it.
For me, my throat gets dry from all the talking. Okay. Let's see. We got about 15 more minutes. 15 minutes. So let's sit up nice and straight. Come to the edge of your chair. When you're seated in the back, it's not a lot of room to move. But when you come to the edge of your chair, be mindful with that chair.
What?
Be mindful with that chair.
Wow.
Just because it's an older chair and if you come to the edge, you don't know what
Okay.
the chair might flip, you don't know. So I just want you to be careful with that one. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's try a Cobra Pose. So feet are nice and flat. You're sitting up nice and straight and tall. We're gonna bring the hands right up here. Imagine if you had what, suspenders, right? You put your thumbs in your armpit kind of thing. That's where your hands wanna be, perfect. Right out to the side of your chest. Open your fingers nice and wide. And we're gonna open and squeeze your shoulder blades together. That's a Cobra Pose. Release and we'll come into it again. Hands are back, squeeze your shoulder blades together and open your heart. Cobra Pose. All right, let's add the leg. So one leg stretches away. You can even point the toe. Arms come right up as high as your underarms, thumbs pointing in. Lots of space between your fingers, and we're gonna open and squeeze and release. Open your chest and squeeze. This is a Cobra Pose. We would be laying on the floor on our belly for this one. And last one, left leg, stretch it out, point the toe, or place it kind of in the middle so it doesn't trigger like a Charlie horse. Hands up at shoulder height or chest height. Lots of space between those fingers. We're gonna open and squeeze your shoulder blade together. And last time. Inhale, exhale, and squeeze. Cobra Pose. And release. Let's hold for a breath. Okay. Let's try the Goddess Pose. Goddess Pose is shoulders up, down, and back. We're gonna inhale the arms out to the side, bend the elbows here. So we're in a cactus pose. So for Goddess Pose, we use the in-breath to reach up into a big letter V. And exhale, elbows down towards your chest and squeeze your shoulder blades. So here we go, inhale and reach and exhale and squeeze your shoulder blades. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale and reach and exhale, elbows to your chest and squeeze your shoulder blades. Last one. And exhale and squeeze those shoulder blades and release. Let's take our arms down by our side and we'll roll through the shoulders, big circles. And then we'll draw the circles forward and down. Forward and down. And then bring them to neutral and we'll draw them up towards your ears. And then release. Draw them up towards your ears and hang your arms. And then release. One last time. Up towards your ears and squeeze and hold and squeeze. And release. I feel like I need to stretch my arms. So out in front, palms facing forward. Give yourself a nice big hug. Just rock from side to side. And release out to the side. Nice big hug. Opposite arm on top. Side to side. And release the arms. Okay. Let's bring our big toes together. Big toes together and knees together. And you're sitting up nice and straight and tall. See if you can let your knees fall out to the side and then bring the soles of your feet together. How does that feel on your hips? Okay? Okay, so seated up nice and straight and tall. We'll place our hands on our thighs just to kind of help those hips open. It's an opening of the hip joint. So lift your heart and sit nice and tall, lifting up to the crown of your head. Belly is soft for breath. Let's take another nice deep breath here. Let's draw the knees together and stretch one forward. Stretch the other forward. And hold one knee. And hold the other knee. That's good. Yeah, good for your hips. Okay, let's stay seated at the edge of our chair, and we'll do something for our biceps and triceps. So arms down by your side with your palms facing forward. Let's lift the shoulders up, back, and down, and we're gonna do some bicep curls. So imagine that you've got 3 pounds, 2-pound weight in your hands, and you're lifting that weight up to your shoulders. You can almost feel the added weight. You're adding a little resistance when you pretend that you've got the weight on there, right? Working the muscle. Let's do a few more. We used to do real weights, remember? Arms down by your side. We're gonna lift out to the side. So we have our weights in our hands. We're gonna lift out to the side and up at shoulder height and lower. Lift and lower. Let's see if we can do 8 more. 8 more, almost there. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, make it a good one. Oh, it's so heavy. All right, very nice. Okay, let's do something for the triceps. We'll do a tricep kick back. So we'll take your torso down towards your thighs. I have my hands here. So one arm, hang it by your side. We're gonna imagine that we have the weight in your right hand. So your gaze is looking down at the floor, and you're gonna reach it back. You could even bend the elbow and reach it back. Let's do 2 more for a total of 8. Move it forward and back. Last one. Hands on your thighs. We'll walk ourselves to seated and hold for a breath. Nice deep breath and let it out. Okay, so torso comes down to your thighs. Keep your hands here. The left arm, hang it by your side. You can imagine you've got the weight in your hand, right? And you're gonna lift it back. Bend the elbow forward, that's it. And lift it back. Can we do 4 more for a total of 8? 4, 3, 2, last one, make it a good one. Okay, hands on thighs. Pressing ourselves back to seated. Let's take a nice deep breath. Right into your belly, nice and low. Let it out with a nice sigh. Okay. How about something for the head and the neck? We'll move our head directly over our shoulders. Many of us have this kind of posture thing happening, right? So if you think about drawing the chin back, bringing your head on top of your shoulders and releasing the effort so there's no pulling or tightening or holding. And let's drop the right ear down over your right shoulder. And then to center and to the left ear over left shoulder. And to the center. Let's look over your right shoulder. And then gently over your left. Once more over your right shoulder. Then over your left. Back to center and drop your chin. And lift it to center. Again, drop the chin.